What's up, weirdos? Haha, what's going on, my sexy people? What's happening out there today? All right, let's get into it, guys. Is this a fake out or are big things popping? Little things stopping, baby. What's happening? How the hell are you guys? Feeling pretty good today, guys. You know, it's funny when you feel horrible the day before, when you feel good later, you're on opposite sides of the spectrum. So a good day feels that much better. It's a good day to have a good day, guys. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on out there today. Super chats. Only one today. Ramona, hit the like on the way in, please. Hope you feel better, Rob. I feel, compared to yesterday, way better. I'm still not 100% though, but I'm here. Let's get it. I didn't even have a voice yesterday, so that's why there was no live stream. I couldn't talk. But here we are, guys. Here we are. Bitcoin sitting at $110,986. 111,000, bouncing around. So, guys, listen. I did talk to you guys on the morning market overview over on the Patreon this morning, where we needed to see Bitcoin close today for continuation to the upside. Now, we need to get above. As you can see, we're rejecting off the 100-day right here, right? Right there. We are rejecting off the 30-day right there. We got it, or the 100-day, sorry. We got to get above there. But the key here is to close above $112,500. We need to close the daily candle above that level if we want to see continuation to the upside. Now you might be asking me, well, why, Rob? Why do we need to see that? Because we need to put in a higher high than that one right there, right? We need to put in a higher high than this one. And because what's happening right now some of you know this, some of you don't, is we are in a downward trajectory. Obviously, we're continuing to put in lower highs, right? That's what we're doing. So to break this downward trajectory and set a new upward trajectory, we have to close above this blue line here, close above this high, which changes the trajectory of Bitcoin and starts a new uptrend, right? We're in a downtrend. We need to start a new uptrend. So we need to close above that level right there at 112,500. If we don't do that, then we're just kind of, going to come back down again, possibly come back down and retest 108,200 again, right? So that's just what you need to watch, guys. That's what you need to be paying attention to on Bitcoin. Candyman, what's up, buddy? My wife doesn't answer FaceTime calls after 8 p.m. because her face has been restored back to factories. Well played, sir. Well played. Candyman's going to get a divorce soon to talk like that. That's funny, buddy. Fridge, you sounded like Scarface yesterday. Glad to see you feeling better. Yes, I am feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. Still pretty sick, but well enough to be here with you guys. So I got my voice back at least. As you can hear, I can't even laugh without starting to break into a massive cough, which causes a migraine, which isn't good. But here we are. Let's get into the chat a little bit. Whoa, people, what's going on? Hey, yo, what's happening, man? Good to see you. H. Barbarina in the house. William, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. John, blessings, my friend. David, Rob, you got me sick. Hey, that's what you get, brother. That's what you get. Got to pass it on to someone so I can get better, right? Kale Dog, what's going on? Hope you feel better. Thank you so much. God bless you and your family. Bless you too. Thank you so much. Miria, yes, absolutely. Gotta love Miria, baby. Gotta love Miria. Guys, as always, make sure you hit the like and subscribe on the way in. Helps the channel grow. Costs you nothing. We have 207 people watching. We have 53 likes. Get those likes up, guys. Let's get to 100. First goal. First day back from being sick. Let's get the likes up. Right? Let's get it done. Come on. Quinn, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. What else do we have? Good morning, guys, from Los Angeles. 85 Crash in the house. Bull Run Power says hit the like button. Go Lily's in the house. What's going on? Robin chat, let's go. There she is, Gamma Goddess in the house. Happy Tuesday, Rob and family. Hope everyone's having a great day so far. Let's get this money, baby. Absolutely a guy. Show me the money. Milk money. Double the likes for double the gains. Let's go. You got to pay double for that kind of action, my friend. Only you can prevent panic sellers. Smokey the Bear in the house. Jake the Snake. What's going on? Sandy. Rob, I don't but meme coins. But I sure bought some Doge Killer. There you go. Yeah, Leash. Hey, not a bad pickup. From my understanding, I can't remember what Leash is. I know Bone is like the governance or the gas token for the ecosystem for SHIB, right? I'm not sure what Leash is though. I can't remember. AF, happy Tuesday to the community and brother Rob. Hope you're feeling better today. A little bit. Richie Rich in the house. My dude, what's happening, man? Milk Money says, good morning, everyone. E. Perez, what's good, Rob and fan? Crypto JPEG checking in and hitting the like. No headphones at the Fiat factory again. Dang, man. Crypto J505, what's up, man? Little green this morning. Yeah, little green. Sprinkle little groceries in there. Looking good, feeling good. Dave, morning, Mike. What's up, Mike? Agent, hey, what's happening? To our nobody got any one-on-one calls yesterday. I didn't have a voice. As you could hear at the beginning of this, yesterday I had no voice. So I could call you, but you would just see me staring into a screen with no voice. So everyone who missed a call yesterday and the day before, because I was sick, those calls will be the first ones lined up for September. I haven't put up September's list yet. So, but I will get some of them done today. I'll get some of them done tomorrow. We'll get them filled in. So, yes, just shoot me a DM. You probably did already shoot me a DM, but yeah. So, D's Nuts being generous this morning. You know, it's always good when D's Nuts is spreading the generosity first thing in the morning. So make sure you give your undying gratitude and thank D's Nuts for the gifted memberships. Strawberry Dragon in the house. What's going on? Another one from D's Nuts. Double shot from D's Nuts straight into your living room. You absolutely love to see that. Exit flip. ETH triangle forming 4.2k floor. Let's go. Surf Anatomy. Good morning, Rob. Glad you got some rest and you're feeling better. Let's keep rolling like these DCA opportunities. Absolutely. Amen to that, man. And with that, guys, we are caught up in the chat. Let's get into the news just a little bit. Let's see what's going on out there. Bitcoin trying to claim that 112k level. We're going to keep an eye on it, guys. You know what you need to watch for today. Okay, let's dive right in. Caspa Q4 forecast. Thanks. Moon. I'm not too sure. I don't have the Caspa chart up right now, but we are heading into the news. I could see, I mean, listen, Caspa is going to do very, very well. I think Caspa could come close to $1 by the end of this cycle. So, quick shout out to the channel sponsor, guys. Descent Biometric Wallet. Not your keys, not your coins, my friends. Use our link down below. Get yourself a 2-for-1 deal on the Biometric Wallet today. Keep your crypto safe. Keep it off exchanges, guys. Listen, over the next 4 years in the next cycle, which is going to start next year, you're going to need to have yourself self-custody wallets. It's not a good idea to keep your crypto on an exchange. They can freeze your ability to trade anytime you want. You can swap, take profits, and even stake right on your Descent wallet. Check it out today, guys. Use our link down below. Get a 2-for-1 deal on the Fingerprint Technology Biometric Wallet. BlackRock ETF XRP. Why the asset manager isn't launching one. Now, a lot of XRP people are going to get mad at me for reading this, but it's not my opinion. It is an article. BlackRock has made it clear that it does not plan to launch an XRP ETF at this time. This decision comes as the investment giant focuses on its Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, leaving XRP out of its fund lineup for now. Investors in crypto community have been paying close attention as rumors and speculation have surged online. The question of when or if BlackRock will add an XRP ETF keeps coming up, especially as other companies file for similar funds. Regulatory uncertainty and market demands seem to play a big role in BlackRock's strategy. What is BlackRock's ETF XRP debate? The debate around the potential BlackRock ETF for XRP centers on regulatory issues, market demands, and BlackRock's public stance. Investors are interested, but BlackRock's decisions have shaped how the market views the chances of such an ETF. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, has officially stated it has no plans to file for an XRP ETF for now. That statement followed rumors of speculation after BlackRock's successful push into Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. So far, BlackRock is focused on crypto ETF efforts on assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, citing regulatory clarity and strong market demand. BlackRock's decision not to include XRP at this time has caused discussion among investors about whether they are being cautious or missing an opportunity. The company has said that the client demand, regulatory uncertainty, and focus on established cryptocurrencies all play roles in the current position. Despite XRP's active community, BlackRock's stance remains conservative. Their ETF choices often set the tone for much of the traditional investment world. The XRP ETF market is still in its early stages. Several asset managers, such as Grayscale and Bitwise, have filed for spot XRP ETFs in the US, but none have been approved yet. Applications remain under review by the SEC. Interest among major firms suggests momentum, but regulatory hurdles are slowing progress. Debate about the legal status of XRP, especially after the Ripple lawsuit, play a key role in delaying the approval. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. XRP has had legal clarity for, almost 2 years now? Something like that. So that, to me, is BS. Most XRP exposure today comes from direct trading on crypto exchanges rather than regulated investment products. The lack of large, reputable issuers like BlackRock further limit traditional investors' access to XRP through ETFs. Key drivers of institutional interest: liquidity, regulatory clarity, and mainstream acceptance. I just bit my tongue and it hurts a lot. Institutions also look for diversification in digital assets. With BlackRock's leadership in the ETF space, any move towards an XRP ETF would likely increase exposure, legitimacy, and possibly price stability for XRP. Market participants are watching to see if BlackRock's position will change, especially as legal outcomes and market demands evolve. For now, interest remains high, but so do the barriers to entry. A few important factors slow down BlackRock's entry into the XRP ETF market. One reason relates to its interest in institutional clients, while another is legal and regulatory uncertainty. That is BS, like I already covered. XRP is the only, besides Bitcoin, is the only cryptocurrency in the United States of America that has technical, through the courts, legal clarity. So that's a lie, right? Client demand for XRP-backed ETFs is weaker compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. BlackRock's largest investors mainly ask for exposure to top cryptocurrencies with limited appetite for altcoins. Because they manage trillions of assets, BlackRock carefully considers new launches to avoid spreading attention too thin across many products. Some large clients remain cautious. Traditional institutions still see XRP as more volatile and riskier compared to older digital assets. Older? XRP is like, what are they? XRP is not new. I bought XRP in 2017. That's like, if I bought it in 2017, that's like 8 years ago. Wow. Traditional institutions see XRP. Regulatory questions around XRP are a major concern for BlackRock, even after Ripple's legal actions. With the US SEC, some uncertainty remains. The SEC changing stance makes it riskier for global managers to move ahead with it. What? That doesn't make any sense at all. This whole part of the article is not true, right? It's just simply not true. Talking about legal uncertainties with XRP, as I already stated, XRP is the only digital asset in the United States with legal clarity from the courts. So this is BS, right? There is no legal uncertainty when it comes to XRP. In fact, the lawsuit is even over. So XRP and other crypto ETFs continue to attract attention as demand for digital assets grows. Regulatory decisions, new issuers, and trends in crypto investing are shaping how and when XRP ETFs might become available. The path to a US listed XRP ETF remains uncertain. BlackRock has stated that it does not have current plans to file for an XRP ETF. Other major firms, including Bitwise and Franklin Templeton, are exploring filings, which may lead to increased competition and faster developments. One key issue is regulatory environment. I already read that, and it's BS. So here's the thing. This is an opportunity for Bitwise and Franklin Templeton and all of these other XRP spot ETF applicants to really take a lot of profit out of this before BlackRock steps in, because I do believe at some point BlackRock will step in and they will file for one. But in the meantime, a lot of profits are going to be made by these other issuers. So something to keep an eye on for sure. Preston, BlackRock's full of crap. There is a 0% chance that they're not interested in XRP. I guarantee we will have one by the end of the year. Yeah, I agree. I think, you know what I think's happening right now, to be honest with you, Preston? I think that the only reason they're holding off on filing for a spot XRP ETF is because right now the Ethereum ETF has a crap load of momentum, and I think they want to milk that for everything they can. And once they start to see signs of interest waning in the spot Ethereum ETF, that's exactly when they'll strike on a spot XRP ETF, which will get everybody's attention again. That's what I think that they're doing. They just don't want to shift money and attention away from the Ethereum ETF while it's gaining momentum right now. That's my thesis on it. It has nothing to do with legal clarity or anything like that. That's all BS. Exit flip. Can you pull up ETH? I'm seeing descending triangle structure. Also, we're checking ETH liquidations. Could show if a squeeze risk is higher than Bitcoin. I can look at the Ethereum chart for you, I reckon. Uno momento. All right, Ethereum. So yeah, you've got yourself another descending channel here. Another one. After breaking out of the first one, as you saw, you got another one going on. A bit of a bull flag happening here. Let's zoom in a little bit here. All right, so sitting at 43.32, right on support, right on this support level. Got to get above, break above. We are coming to the end of this channel, by the way, so Ethereum should have a break soon. Looks like, I mean, obviously this week, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think if ETH could make a big move. Could make a big move, man. As far as the liquidations go, where are my liquidation levels? As far as those are concerned, well, first off, Bitcoin. Man, you know what? On the daily time frame, look at these longs that have piled up. Not good, guys. Not good. All these longs, if we drop down to that 106 level that I've been warning you guys about, almost $2.7 billion worth of short longs are going to get liquidated. And we're seeing all these shorts get closed out positions on Bitcoin here. Not good. This is not good, guys. This is not good. If we zoom out to the monthly, the shorts still have it on a massive scale. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a long squeeze, guys. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's go look at Ethereum, though. Ethereum on the daily time frame. 1.82 billion for the longs. Pretty much even. Pretty much even, man. I think there's more of a risk of a long squeeze on Bitcoin than there is of any kind of a liquidation on Ethereum right now, to be honest with you. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Candyman, no specifics here. Yes or no only. Does the recent news and price action on Pith change your... Nope. No, it doesn't. Beebs, good morning, Rob. What's up, buddy? Good to see you over on both channels, my dude. Joy, hey, Rob, and Patreon family. Much love and support always. Let's continue to DCA. Hit the likes. Rob always has the content. Thank you so much. Angelo, market hasn't been doing much. Altcoins dumped 15 to 35% for the last 3 months. The other side, very cloudy. People keep shorting. Yeah, no kidding, man. Keeps me buying. I agree. Me too, man. Now wonder when we will use the down payment for the house. Oh, house. What's up, buddy? Just grabbed another 10K XCN from stake. Nice. There you go, man. Angela, my wife wonders when I will sell so we can buy a house. Thank you, sir. Candyman, no problem, brother. I got you covered. All right, let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it moving. Let's look into Uptober. What's going on there? What could be happening? All right, Uptober incoming. Why September's Ethereum chart could fool everyone. Ethereum's momentum has stalled, with the token tumbling from its August record of 49.50 to under 4,300. The decline reflects investors shifting focus to securing profits after a recent rally, as the overall sentiment appears to have extended into September. But Ethereum's bearish setup may not be what it seems. And traders fearing the altcoin September breakdown may regret it. AF Rob, I have some questions about the swing trade group. Yes, you should DM me about it. Ethereum may be on the verge of what some analysts call the biggest bear trap this month. In his latest post on X, crypto trader and analyst John Wu warned that Ethereum could appear bearish in September by forming a head and shoulders pattern, which happens to be a classic signal of a potential downside. However, if invalidated, this setup could flip sentiment in October, known in crypto cycles as Uptober, forcing sidelined traders to buy back in at higher levels. Such patterns drive reversals. Such pattern-driven reversals have occurred before, and have now fueled speculation about Ethereum's next decisive move. Wu also went on to highlight the critical support zone for Ethereum. He noted that the $3,800 to $4,100 range is an area to watch closely. According to the analyst, this level has become increasingly significant for traders. If the altcoin manages to hold above this level, it could strengthen bullish sentiment, while the breakdown might open the door for further downside pressure. Crypto traders Hardy also expressed strong bullish sentiment on Ethereum. He tweeted that the asset looks ready to pump. With an imminent breakout ahead, he suggested that based on its previous price action, Ethereum could deliver a double pump move. Let's go. Meanwhile, another popular market watcher, Axel Bitplace, never even heard of him, that ETH setup looks prime for another breakout. He highlighted a cup and handle formation alongside two powerful pumps, each retracing before fueling to the upside. So he figures a cup and handle is going to play out. Very, very interesting stuff, guys. Very, very interesting stuff. I think Ethereum is probably going to do what everyone thinks it's not going to do, and it's going to pump. So, yeah, absolutely. I would agree. Let's segue over to Squawk Box, guys. What's the latest and greatest this morning over on Squawk Box? Investors should be buying some of the market volatility, says Hightower's Stephanie Link.
It's on set. Stephanie Link, Hightower Advisors, Chief Investment Strategist. He's also a CNBC contributor. How do you account for the long time that you haven't been here with us?
I didn't realize it's been 5 years since you've been on set with us.
I mean, we see her all the time.
We do.
6 o'clock in the morning.
I just looked over at her and kept talking.
Usually with a Christmas tree.
You wanted the tree,
But
so we
that's
had to do
one
that.
reason.
But it's great to be here in person. Thanks for having me. It's great to see you.
When you're on set, do you still want to avoid macro stuff? I'm just looking at everything to talk about, and I finally see that you want to talk about banks and stuff like that. But can we just start with
Talk macro.
Atlanta Fed? I mean, why would we cut rates if GDP is running?
I know. We got to be careful about the Atlanta Fed tracker.
I know.
It's more directional than anything, but
but you would say consumers are in pretty good shape.
I think they are. I do. I mean, I know we get a big jobs report this Friday, but weekly jobless claims are still very under control, under 230,000. That's the leading indicator. The number on Friday is a backward-looking number, so we'll watch the numbers, but they're spending. Spending was up 0.5% month over month. Income was up 0.4% month over month. These are the numbers we got last week. And oh, by the way, wages are running at 5% growth annualized. So that's good. And card spending, Chase card spending actually showed an acceleration in August versus July. So consumers doing their job, they're spending, that's great. But we also have business investment. Durable goods, ex-transportation, rose 1.1% last month. So you're seeing not only AI, data center, all that, but you're seeing real demand and a CapEx cycle.
Are we going to hear the numbers aren't trustable, Thornton?
From who?
From
which
DLS?
Side, which side of the...
That's what I'm saying. What if it's really a good number? Then what do they say?
I shouldn't say which side of the aisle. There's only one side of the aisle.
She said it's going to be a big number. I think you meant an important
Good news is good news no matter what, Joe.
Right, but is it immediately going to be undercut in terms of, you can't believe the numbers? That's what I'm saying.
Not yet.
Okay.
Too early.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hold you to. Oh, actually, I don't think I'm here for that. It's a bad day to be off, but.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Isn't the jobs report?
I can't. I got things. I got places to go. People to. We all have lives. I mean, you've been. The summer's over.
Summer's over.
Summer's over.
Yeah.
But it's not over. It's still like sort of summer. Weather's still nice.
But look, at the end of the day, we care about earnings because stocks follow profits on the way up and on the way down, and earnings came in at 11%. Everyone thought it was going to be 5%.
Yeah.
Revenues came in at 6%. Everyone thought it was going to be low single digits. So we care about the economy because it filters into earnings, and earnings have been pretty good.
Other than so, you mentioned the banks. You like the banks?
I do like the banks.
You do. You've been owning Freeport for a long time too, haven't you?
I have. Well, look, if you believe in AI and you believe in data center, you need grid. If you believe in EVs, you need the grid. You need copper. If you believe in housing, I'm a big housing bull. I think that we're just starting to see a recovery in housing, and these stocks have actually done really well in the face of not great earnings. But you need copper for all of that. And the company actually raised guidance for copper the second half of this year, and no one paid attention to it. So numbers are going higher. They're doing a really good job in terms of costs. So stock's pretty cheap at 7 times EBITDA.
It's September now. I know that's that's not news to anyone, but that means October's next. Is this going to be different, or are we going to? I mean, we're down first day, knee-jerk reaction. You don't look overall at October being a time when the stock market makes lows.
September is worse than October.
Yeah, because we make lows in October.
That's right. So we have maybe a rocky 6 weeks. So I think you take advantage of that because of what I just said, because earnings are actually better than expected.
Advantage.
And oh, by the way, we're up 30% from April. Well, so it would be fine to have a 3-5% pullback or any kind of a pullback. I think you buy it. I think the fourth quarter is going to be very strong. And so I think you want to be buying some of the volatility.
Journal's helping. Stocks in the U.S. stand at their priciest level ever. The S&P 500 has never been this expensive, nor more centered on fewer companies.
Okay, that's
the
true.
Lead. So who decides? Does an editor decide that? How does that work?
That's true that the overall market is expensive, but that's why I like the banks, because they're not expensive. That's why I like the Freeport. That's why I like housing. I like discretionary too. Back to school was really pretty good, especially if you had the right stuff.
How do you feel about the consumer? Only because we've got the McDonald's CEO who's going to be joining us later. They have talked about how they've seen consumers, particularly at the lower end, who definitely seem a little cash strapped, who are looking for bargains, who are looking for value.
I kind of think that's always the case, that the lower end is always kind of struggling a bit, right? So, but I would say that inflation has come down. Gasoline prices are down double digits. You have jobs. So it's the labor market that really matters. And as long as people have jobs, they spend. We're a nation of spenders. whether we have the money or not. I mean, it's just the facts.
You don't delve into the political side of things ever, but how can we be at all-time highs and the most expensive time ever for stocks with all this chaos and all the angst and the hand-wringing and the end of democracy? And you just ignore all that noise? People think that the president's dead. There's an imposter. I mean, why are we? Do you just ignore it completely?
I kind of think you do have to ignore a lot of it. A lot of it is noise. We were worried about tariffs. We're starting to get to the end of. We're getting to the end of that. We're going to focus on deregulation.
Yeah, the courts are putting an end to that.
I don't know, but my point being is like, I think we're like in the 7th or 8th inning in terms of the tariff talk, right? And companies are dealing with it. So now we're going to then focus on the growth part of the administration and the deregulation and low taxes and fiscal stimulus next year for the consumer. So I kind of think that markets should be where they are, but I think that the broadening out is much healthier, and I'm glad to see it. But that's where I think the opportunities are. I'd still like tech, but I like so many other sectors and so many other stocks at this point that are cheaper.
You still read the newspaper? You watch the news?
I do like
you do.
paper.
You read the newspaper
better than the computer.
But you're still long. Amazing. Okay.
But you're still long. Nice. Okay, what else do we have? Now this kind of segues into my price targets here for Bitcoin, like I said. Alfredo, what's up, buddy? Braveheart, he's reading the newspaper. Aren't those museum articles? No kidding, eh? No, those are newspapers are they're not really for news. They're actually so that when you get a puppy or something like that, they have something to pee on. That's actually what newspapers are for. It's scientifically proven. Oh, House, your opinion. What happens if Powell doesn't cut rates? Well, we'll probably see a little bit of a correction. Super fantastic. Okay, guys. Oh, yeah, just so you know, before I continue, guys, I'm going to be trying something a little bit different here on the channel. So instead of doing the pre-recorded videos from this point for a little while, I'll be doing the same coverage, but I'll be doing it in a live stream format. So, but there's not going to be the countdown for the live stream. So I'll just be popping in throughout the day 2 or 3 times on top of the regular live streams, just doing a live stream. You know, there won't be an hour-long live streams or anything, maybe 20 to 30 minutes or whatever, just covering whatever topic I wanted to cover in the video. So I'll be doing it in a live stream format so you guys can pop in and ask questions and stuff like that too, just for a little more engagement with you guys. So hopefully we're going to try that out and see how it kind of works. So Bitcoin price prediction, can BTC break 112K or fall back to 108? Ditto. I see you. All right. After a roller coaster August, Bitcoin is caught in a holding pattern, trading sideways and hugging resistance. But this calm won't last. Price is tightening up, and a breakout or breakdown looks like it's just around the corner. Beeb says the most important Fed meeting in September again, 100%. Is this Bitcoin price prediction? In this Bitcoin price prediction, we dig into whether BTC has the momentum to break above 112K or if it's headed back down towards 108K support. With global uncertainty hanging over the market, the next move could be a big one. It could be a doozy, a whopper, or a Big Mac. I don't know. Bitcoin is sitting near 109,700. It's actually at 111,000 right now. Getting above 112K would flip the script for Bitcoin. That resistance has been tough, but a breakout would likely open the door to 116 to 118 in short order. After that, the next big psychological level is 120,000, a number that holds weight from both technical and historical perspectives. We could see, guys, the CME gap fill this week and get up to 116,000 again. On-chain data supports a bullish case. Long-term holders remain in profit and their spending remains low, often a signal of confidence in future gains. Additionally, Bitcoin ETFs continue to attract inflows, reducing circulating supply and applying upward pressure on price. If the Federal Reserve adopts a more dovish tone In upcoming meetings, risk assets like Bitcoin could benefit. A pause or rate cut would likely weaken the US dollar and drive capital into alternative stores of value, adding to BTC's bullish projection for Q4. Lions Den, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. However, a failure to break above 112K could invite renewed selling pressure. In this scenario, BTC may retest 108 to 109K support zone. A clean break below this range would likely lead to a pullback to 105, maybe even 103K. Broader macro upwinds include continued rate uncertainty, weak equity markets, or strong US dollar could cap Bitcoin's upside momentum and tilt the balance towards risk-off behavior. In such a scenario, investor sentiment could quickly sour, increasing volatility and limit short-term recovery. I think everybody's already acting a little bit sour, a little salty, a little upset, a little spicy. At present, Bitcoin is trading within the key 108 to 112K range. A breakout above 112 would signal bullish continuation, with potential to reach 116 to 118, and even 120 under favorable macro conditions. Conversely, a breakdown below 108 could initiate a bearish continuation pattern, potentially exposing Bitcoin to 105K or lower. So there you have it, guys. I've given you the Bitcoin targets over on the Bitcoin chart as well. Let's go back to it and have another looky-loo. So as you can see, we got it. Right now that 112, the 100-day moving average is rejecting us multiple times today so far. So we got to break above that, and that is sitting at $111,690. We got to get above that before we have a chance at getting above this blue line here, which is 112K, which we have to get above and close above if we want to see continuation. So we got to close higher than this here, guys. So that's the target. I will be back in a few hours, guys, with another little live. So stay tuned for that, and get over to the Patreon. Join us for our swing trades. We crushed it on a short on that World Liberty Financial coin. We crushed it yesterday on that. Guys, you're missing out if you're not in the swing trade tier. I am putting in another potential swing trade video over on the Patreon today that I found. So stay tuned for that if you are on the swing trade tier. Join us over there, guys. Myself and thousands of other members today. Educational content, technical analysis training, coaching calls, swing trades, microcap gems, and everything you need. We got the fries that'll cross your eyes. The link is in the description. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the chat. It's everywhere you want to be, guys. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.